Hello everybody, happy Thursday. We are doing a really awesome dinner tonight that I am really excited about. It is an oven fried chicken tender and it's gonna be kind of like a Chick-fil-A chicken tender dupe. Okay, so one of the hallmarks to Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets and their chicken breast that's fried is they marinate their chicken in pickle juice. So that's gonna be like the biggest defining difference. Yes, this is a little time consuming. Yes, this is a little challenging, but if you're really craving like fried chicken nuggets or chicken tenders, this is gonna be your best bet. Now I will tell you, you could, if you were doing a small batch, by all means fry them. I am doing 3 very large chicken breasts broken down. So if I wanted to fry them, I would have to do them in so many batches. I'm just impatient, to be honest.
We haven't bought an air fryer yet.
Yeah, we don't have an air fryer yet, but even with that, I would have to do it in like small batches. So I'm gonna oven fry it, and I think that'll be great. So I'm gonna show you how we break down a chicken breast in order to do chicken tenders, but bear in mind, you could turn it into like chicken nuggets if you wanted to. So let me show you all the ingredients, and then I will show you how to break down the chicken into chicken tenders. Okay, so the amount of ingredients that you're gonna need is varied depending on how much chicken you're planning to cook. So I'm gonna give you the ingredient list, but bear in mind that I am doing 3 massive chicken breasts. So if you were doing 1 chicken breast or 2 chicken breasts, or they're like on the smaller side, which some of the organic ones tend to be, you might have to adjust the amount of ingredients is all. So let me show you what you're gonna need and we'll get started. You will need about 1.5 cups of pickle juice. If you do not have extra pickle juice lying around, go to the dollar store and buy a couple jars of their cheap pickles and use that pickle juice. You will need almond milk, 3 eggs, salt, pepper, and seasoned salt, and any other seasonings you might want to add, almond flour, and Parmesan cheese, and lots of chicken. I've already cut up 2 chicken breasts, but I'm gonna show you what I do to break down the chicken just in case. Okay, so we are very, very bratty about chicken. Anytime that we cook chicken, no matter what we're going to do, we go in and get off all of the extra like fat and cartilage and all of this little tendony stuff. What is this? Is this tendon?
It's fat.
It's fat? Okay, well, I don't like to bite into that, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down and get all of that like junky chicken. That's the technical term, the junky chicken. We're gonna get all of that off. And if there's any like really big, hard, that's what she said, pieces, you're gonna wanna go ahead and cut those off too. You basically wanna have a really clean piece of chicken, or you're gonna bite into like a hard chunk of fat, and that's disgusting. So we always clean up our chicken. This is just like part of our routine, no matter what we're doing with it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All right, so next to kind of, you see, made it into like tenderloins. If you're feeling lazy and you just want to buy the chicken tenderloins that already come pre-cut, you could do that too, but this is much cheaper. We got 5 massive chicken breasts from Aldi for like $10. So I am not afraid to go ahead and break down my own chicken breast in the interest of saving a buttload of money. So I'm basically gonna cut them into, you know, pretty as even as you can get them. Some of mine are longer than others, but as long as the thickness of all of them is similar, that's really all that matters. And that's it. I'll show you what this looks like when it's all broken down. Okay, so here is my giant pile of chicken tenders. I'm going to go ahead and add them into this bowl of chicken juice. Seriously, just said chicken juice. Pickle juice. This is not chicken juice. Okay, so all of the chicken is going to marinate in the pickle juice for about 20 minutes, give or take. For me, it's gonna be however long it takes me to bathe my kids and come back to it. So I'm gonna make sure it's all really well submerged. And like I said, this is about 1.5 cups of pickle juice. You might need more or less depending on how many chicken breasts you end up cutting up. So everybody goes into the pool and it's gonna hang out here for about 20 minutes. I also wanted to thank you guys and giggle a little bit about how much you all love Shirtless Dan. I also love Shirtless Dan, and I think it's funny that people are so easily weirded out. Like, there was someone that commented that they couldn't watch my videos because my hair was down while I was cooking. Okie doke. So, the kids just got out of the bath. I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on this chicken. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I am going to strain the chicken out of the pickle juice, and then I'm gonna kind of dab it dry. I think this is going to be the most annoying part of the whole recipe because you don't want it to be sopping wet before you bread it. I'm gonna use paper towels, and if you are very eco-friendly, I'm sorry. I don't have a ton of clean dish towels at the moment, so paper towels is what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna strain the chicken and dry it off, and then I'll show you how to get started on the breading. I'm also gonna preheat my oven to 425 because I want it to be really crispy and I want it to cook quickly. So preheat your oven to 425 and go ahead and drain your chicken and pat it dry. My helpers are here. Yep. Always watching. Okay, so I'm setting up an assembly line for the chicken. I've got my dried off chicken tenders as the first component. Let me show you. Okay, I've got my dried off chicken. I cracked 3 eggs. I'm also gonna add a 1/4 cup of almond milk to this and scramble it really well. Then I've got 2 cups of almond flour and about 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm also going to add salt, pepper, and seasoned salt to this mixture and whisk it up really well with a fork. Make sure you're using original unsweetened almond milk. I forgot to mention that. You definitely want it to be unsweetened. Hey, baby. I'm about to enlist Dan because we've got a lot of chicken to bread, and I kind of want to show you guys what the assembly line will look like, and then we're just going to bust out as many of these as possible. I will tell you, I'm going to double bread them, so that means that the process will be chicken into the egg mixture, drip dry it a little bit, then into the almond flour mixture, back into the egg, back into the almond flour mixture. It sounds a little tedious, but it's gonna be worth it, and it's gonna make sure that they're really coated and super crispy. Okay, so I added a tablespoon of seasoned salt and then about 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Make sure you mix this up very, very, very well. Okay, so chicken into the egg mixture. Let it dribble off a little bit. Then it goes into the almond flour mixture. Coat it, shake it, back into the egg, back into the almond flour. I know that this seems a little redundant and tedious, but it's going to ensure that we have a nice crispy coating of chicken. Okay, again, one more time for you guys. Egg, almond flour, back into the egg, back into the almond flour, and then onto our parchment paper pan. Now we're gonna do the rest. Okay, so the first pan is all breaded. I have about this same amount of chicken left to do. So I'm gonna throw this in a 425-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm just gonna watch it and I will check the temperature around 20 minutes. So we had way more chicken than what I anticipated. So I'm gonna say that to go ahead and like double the amount of flour and all of that jazz. I went ahead and laid out another couple of cups of almond flour, seasonings, and the Parmesan cheese. And I added another egg and another splash of almond milk. Like I said, this is all gonna depend on how much chicken you make, but honestly, the 3 chicken breasts that I cut up were massive. Okay, here they are. I kind of wish that I would have fried them, and I'll probably try that next time, but they definitely look really crispy. These were in the oven for about 27 minutes. I've got 2 more batches in the oven. I made an absurd amount of chicken. So I ended up having to add to my almond flour mixture, my egg mixture, a couple of times. But like I said, we really did make a lot of chicken because we want some leftovers, and I'm gonna throw a couple in the freezer to see how they freeze. Okay, so we are all plated up here. I have yesterday's coleslaw, so that's what we're gonna do as our side. I was gonna make a salad, but honestly, breading all this chicken was such a pain in the butt. I am ready to eat. So here are our plates, and then we're gonna bring some condiments to the table. So we've got some sugar-free barbecue sauce, sugar-free ketchup, and a little bit of ranch because I have no idea which ones I'm gonna want. We're gonna try one for you though. Nom 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 nom. I really hope they're delicious because they were a bit labor intensive. So if you are a very lazy cook, you might be mad at me for this. But if you're trying to eat healthier and you're craving fried chicken or chicken tenders or chicken nuggets, I bet they're gonna get the job done.
Just for you.
This for me?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
It's like a Chick-fil-A sandwich with no sandwich. It's just chicken.
You guys, marinating them in the pickle juice is crucial. You can taste a bit of like briny saltiness, but not in a bad way. It just gives the chicken so much flavor. Look how good.
Fish pump.
Almond flour is like the MVP, isn't it? Like there are so many things that you can do with almond flour. I'm blown away every time we try something new.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys, it's gonna be a little more expensive because you gotta use quite a bit more ingredients.
I agree.
But for the amount of chicken tenders that we have, it's well worth it. The amount of chicken tenders that we have right now is probably $40 or $50 worth of Chick-fil-A.
Probably more than that.
Like that is the most solid thing ever. Throw some cheese on it, a little bit of that sugar-free barbecue sauce.
This would even, these would be great on a salad, as like a chicken tender salad.
Yeah.
If you eat low carb wraps, you could throw it in a wrap.
Like for everyone in Florida and anyone who's ever been to Florida, these will give Publix a run for their money.
They're really that good.
They're really that good. Like,
so when we're gonna go eat, but I'm gonna wait to end this video so I can show you the absurd amount of chicken tenders that I made, so you can laugh at me because it is ridiculous how many I made.
it's pretty bad.
Like I said, I want to see how they freeze, so I'm probably gonna throw a couple in the freezer, but I'm willing to bet that they won't last more than a couple of days in our fridge. I think the kids will eat them too. So I've got 3 on my plate. Dan has 4 on his plate and
I'm eating another one.
the 2 in his belly. But I'll show you how many come out of the oven and you will be amazed. So I hope you make them. I hope you love them. And as always, let us know if you do any, he's doing his food dance, that's a good sign. Let us know if you do any variations or any twists on them. I also want to know if you struggle with anything. So that's keto chicken tenders. We're gonna go eat. Have a great night. There they are. Don't burn your second batch like I did.